We're back. That was a great episode of Yoga with Barbara. I am here with two very special guests, Brian Eyster and Craig Ferguson of the Telluride Bluegrass Festival and Planet Bluegrass. Welcome to the studio today.
It's nice to be here. Yep.
So I like to start these interviews off by asking about your Telluride story. And do you remember the first time you stepped foot in this Box Canyon?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear about it.
Okay, no. No, I came here pretty much for the same reason every day, because I heard there was something happening in the mountains, something cool. And I came here through my cousin, John Eaton, who was actually the production manager, came to be production manager of the festival for many years, but like back then, just came for the same reason everybody comes to Town Park now. This is the funnest solstice in the world, you know. So, and once you come, you kind of get hooked.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I kind of got hooked, and so I came the next year and next year. And when I first came here, I was living in Arizona, working at a guitar building school, so it was a good chance to get out to the desert. But then I moved back up here, and it was pretty much, it's been every year since. You know, it just kind of grown. I got kind of involved with the people running the festival because we owned a music store in Boulder and sold tickets, so I got to know a lot of the people that worked with the festival.
Do you remember the first time you stepped foot in Telluride?
1999 for the Bluegrass Festival. Pulled in the middle of the night. Got to have one of those epic wake up in the morning and be overwhelmed by the beauty of the canyon. And I was working as a software engineer and playing music, and I heard the set, the Tony Rice, Jerry Douglas set, was the one that sort of changed my life. Went home and bought a dobro and became immersed in this world.
And you run the media and marketing for the Telluride Bluegrass Festival.
I do, yeah.
And you are one of the founders, or you took over from the original founders. I would love to hear more about that story. How did you come to be involved with the festival?
Well, back when I started coming, the festival wasn't really well attended, really. It was well attended by some who would come every year, but it just wasn't doing that great. So we basically had to financially reorganize and bring in additional partners and stuff. So some of the original owners, like Durfee Day, who lives in town, and Jane Dunn, who lives in town, are still our shareholders. And we had to find some other people as crazy as me that would invest money in a festival. In a festival, back then there were like 6 in the world. I mean, there was New Orleans Jazz Festival, Newport Folk, Winfield. You know, there was like a half a dozen.
So it's pretty
now
crazy.
Now there's a half a dozen, you know, in San Miguel County this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and there's festivals. Most festivals are way bigger than Bluegrass. We see people come to that live in town. Wow, it's so big. And most of the festivals that have the kinds of artists we bring are 80,000 people and stuff, and they're just regular around the country, all the ones.
So Telluride Bluegrass was the first big festival that you were a part of, and from there sprouted Planet Bluegrass and all the festivals that we know now. Yeah,
we do 2 other festivals regularly, Rocky Grass and Folks Festival, which we started after we figured this one out. Because after we started to figure, every year you figure it out, right? Every year you figure it out. You just start over every year. That's the thing you learn about the festivals. But it was kind of fun doing the festivals. At that time it was more fun, a little more fun. You know, to start festivals and do something. Now it's too scary because there's too many of them. But so we kind of started the Folks Festival mostly from like, this is fun, this is cool. Still not really thinking that this would become an actual business. It would actually be actual jobs and stuff. But like, Brian chips into his family, and I chip into mine now. It's actually almost like a real business.
Just a little.
Almost like a real business.
Well, this year's the 46th annual Telluride Bluegrass Festival. Beautiful cover, by the way. You guys will see this if you grab a program. I'm wondering what you guys are most excited about for this year's festival, right?
Wow, so many things. This is Sam Bush's 45th consecutive year playing the festival that Sam built.
Yeah, King of the Telluride Festival.
I think it's going to be real emotional to see Sam walk out on that stage. He's playing with the house band on Thursday and then his own set on Saturday, as he's done for decades. There's some amazing only in Telluride sets. The First Ladies of Bluegrass are 5 of the most decorated female pickers in bluegrass history, playing together for a really rare appearance. It's going to be something special. Broke Mountain Bluegrass Band. They were a band founded in Durango in the early 2000s and played for a while. They all went on then to amazing careers. Anders is in Green Sky Bluegrass. Andy Thorne is in Leftover Salmon. Travis Book is in Infamous String Dusters, and this is their reunion gig, first time playing together in
I had no idea.
more
That's
than a
so
decade.
good. That's going to be really special.
Yeah.
What about you? Is there anything you're really looking forward to?
Oh, well, when you ask that question, the easy answer is the music part, but I think really the truth is the team we get to put on a festival with and where we get to put it on. Anybody could be playing the show, and I'd still be looking forward to that just as much. But to answer the question you're really asking, the musical part of Sunday with all the women is pretty cool for us, and then to see them do so well. And they've played before, so they're glad to be coming here just as much as we're glad to have them. So they're pretty psyched and bringing their families. So I'm kind of looking forward to Sunday as a
I'm
pretty
really excited
cool day.
for Sunday as well.
There's so many things Brian mentioned, like the Leftover Salmon gig. It's cool that it's different than what they've ever done here.
Yeah.
With the sit-down acoustic thing, and Vince. It's time for Vince to get a chair, I think.
Yeah, they're switching. That's a new thing about this year's festival. Normally they close out one of the nights of Bluegrass, and this year they're having a nice, almost like a storytelling style set. So that's going to be really great.
Vince has a lot of stories to tell about Telluride.
Vince has a lot. When I first met Vince, here's one of my stories. When I first met Vince, now, do you know Vince? I mean, you've seen Vince.
I know of him.
He's very similar to what he seems like, in real life. When I first met him, he was backstage security for the festival.
Oh, really?
So
he worked for the festival?
Might have had something to do with the financials,
And that's where him and his bandmate met, right? Him
and members from Left Hand String Band. So him and Drew met, and that's how the Salmon Heads in Left Hand String Band, who are our stage manager, actually used to play guitar in.
There's so much history in the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, and I completely agree with you. I'm so excited just for the energy of the festival and all of the hippies and the dancers and bluegrass picking and the sunshine and maybe some jumps into the cold river. But it has been a pleasure talking with you guys, and thank you so much.
What are you most looking forward to?
What am I most looking forward to? You know how there is always a dance pit that forms behind the sound booth? I think that's probably my favorite thing when there's a really good dance bluegrass set happening to go get my groove on behind the sound booth.
Okay,
the best
nice.
sound of the festival, and you can't really see the stage, but you see all the beautiful people around you. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
You should be interviewed sometime.
Well, next up we have a episode of Fuel Up from Fuel Telluride, and I am so excited for the festival this year. Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Thank you. See ya.
Thanks.